Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We're checking out this sketch right here, Psychiatrists of the show, A Bit of Fry and Laurie. I saw this suggestion recently. I wanted to check it out. I think it was on the Four Yorkshire Men reaction I did by, of course, Monty Python. And I never knew they had a show together. I wasn't aware of that. I knew they were friends or, became friends. Was it in college or university? And I am familiar with a bit of Stephen Fry's work and some of Hugh Laurie's as well, but not that much. The most familiar I am with Stephen Fry is actually his books, of the Greek myths. That's a tough one for me as a non-native English speaker. Myths. That's hard, very hard. Can never get it right, but also he narrates the Sherlock Holmes books. He has there's a great if you're ever looking for a great way to spend the credit on Audible, I think that's like 100 hour or an 80 hour audio book with all the Sherlock Holmes stories compiled. I think he also narrates Harry Potter and stuff, but that's the stuff I've been listening to recently, hearing his voice a lot, and Hugh Laurie, of course, House and Blackadder, and you know okay, psychiatrists, so sitting together. I can already imagine. Okay, let's go.
So, I think it would be useful if we started by your telling me something about your state of mind at the moment. How would you describe it? Would you say you were happy or depressed, confident or unsure of yourself? What words would you use to describe your mood, would you say? Take your time.
Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Your problem seems to center around the delusion that you are a psychiatrist. And that everyone you speak to is a patient of some sort. This is a
Oh, wait a second. Who's the patient? I'm already confused.
And that everyone you speak to is a patient of some sort. This is a rare but not unheard of syndrome.
I think perhaps it'd be helpful now if we talked a little bit about your mother. What are your feelings towards your mother?
Extraordinary, really very
Textbook.
intriguing. Now, why mother? Was your mother affectionate towards you when you were small?
Affection. Affection, that's interesting. I wonder why you chose that word particularly. I think it would be helpful if you told me at this point, if you can remember, whether or not you were breastfed as an infant.
Already, you see, we're focusing in on breasts. Good, good. Now, how do you feel about breasts now? Do they frighten you? Because, again, this is quite common.
Breasts and fear.
Is that
now
common?
that is very interesting.
Really? That's great. I see why this was recommended on the Four Yorkshire Men sketch, because they kept one-upping each other in pain, and now they're like talking in circles and doing a little bit of that same, but in this setting, the same thing in this setting. That's hilarious. It's like, haven't they done like two lawyers talking to each other or something? That would be cool too, I think. Oh, cool. Or frustrating, depending on your experience with lawyers in the past.
You? Because, again, this is quite common.
Breasts and fear. Oh, now that is very interesting. Breasts and fear. Fascinating association. Where do you think your father fits into that association?
Right. Absolutely classic father. All right, so let's imagine a line, shall we? We have fear at one end, breasts at the other. Now, where would you place your father on that line?
Lines. Now that is interesting. I may ask you to draw those lines in a minute in something we call a Bender Gestalt test, which can be very revealing. But lines, let's explore those for a moment. They're very penetrative, aren't they? Very, very thrusting, very male, very masculine. They urge onwards, don't they?
Right. So now at last the layers are beginning to unpeel. This is very important. So we have breasts, we have fear, we have male, thrusting, penetrative, urging, some sort of psychiatric jargon you've picked up from the Reader's Digest.
That's hilarious. What was it? The I don't know. I don't know. Gestalte was the last part of the word. I forgot the first part.
Urging, some sort of psychiatric jargon you've picked up from the Reader's Digest. How often would you say you masturbated?
Now, I'm going to be really quite firm now, all right?
It's so funny, the word association game they're almost playing, as well as just picking up keywords of what somebody says and then kind of going in with that, almost stereotypical textbook psych eval questions and stuff. And of course, playing, the masturbation, the firm, penetrative, trusting. So it's all related to each other. It's a great, great writing. Plus, the timing of their delivery is great.
Now, I'm going to be really quite firm now, all right? I'm the doctor, you are the patient.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I'm sorry, I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say, I am the patient.
What was that?
I am the patient.
You can't do it.
Good, good. That's a breakthrough. Now that you can say that...
Oh, he's sneaky. He's sneaky. That's hilarious. But it is, the psychotherapist or psychiatrist or psychologist, they're also usually in therapy, and they're also perhaps damaged. We're all human beings, and that's a great example. It's like when I remember, like The Sopranos, for example, the first scene opens up with Tony in the office and going into therapy for the first time. But then later in the show, not that episode, but you see the doctor is going into therapy. It's like, wait a second. As a youngster, I didn't understand that fully yet. Whoa, wait. How can I trust what I am who, so it's great. It raises more questions than it gives answers.
I am the patient.
Good, good. That's a breakthrough.
That was good.
Say that.
Yeah, you got him.
We can proceed. Excellent.
You
That was
are
good.
the patient.
I am, you are, perhaps we're all patients.
No, I am not a patient.
Now, please remain calm, Mr. Windrush.
Dr. Windrush.
Now, you realize that I only have to lift this phone. You will be restrained.
Yes, hello?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
all
no,
right,
don't worry,
Rebecca. I'm
thank
in a
you,
session.
Rebecca. We're in the middle
Just
of
a
a
patient.
session.
Don't worry about
There's
it.
nothing
Things
to worry
go.
about.
Now, look, I can't help you unless you stop playing this ridiculous game.
Extraordinary. I don't think I've ever come across a more deeply embedded illusion.
It is not an illusion.
Your last doctor tried you on a course of Lentizol, I believe. Did you find that helped at all?
All right, let's go right back to the beginning, shall we? If you are, as you think, a doctor.
Time's
I'm
up.
sorry, that's the full hour, Mr. Windrush. Should we say same time next week?
The full hour of 50 minutes.
Yes, I think I can fit you in same time next week. Perhaps for the next session you could bring some photographs of your parents. That might be useful.
Yes, I think I might try you on a course of hypnosis next time.
And if you'll just confirm that appointment with Rebecca on the way out. Thank you.
Oh, you're both here.
They're both
Well, I
patients,
think
right?
I'm seeing you first, Mr. Windrush. Would you mind waiting outside, Mr. Johansson? You're a little bit early. Rebecca, 2 teas, please.
Extraordinary.
So deep-seated.
Simply fascinating. Well,
Do sit down.
Oh, no. Not again. Oh, they're stuck in a loop. That is funny. But it's also like the case, and I've done a few of these sessions myself, when I was kind of going through some dark times. Hey, not to spoil the fun here. But, when then you suddenly reach a pink cloud after it somehow helped you a little bit. And then you think, now I'm going to help everybody off and I picked up this Gestalt word, and now I can be the psychologist, and of course, that pink cloud does not last very long. But it was like a great example. Perhaps they picked all this up from their own sessions, and now, trying to apply it to somebody else. Very funny. The words, the wording, the timing, just everything connecting with each other. Just like a continuous. Oh, that was really cool. That was a great suggestion. Thank you. And if you have any other suggestions from this show for sketches, please let me know, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.